So in the previous video, we talked about the first step in selling your home. You can get the whole series by going to winnerscheck.com/videos. But today we're going to be talking about how to do your disclosures and why your disclosures are so important. So let's just get right into it. First of all, well, let me just say this. I'm an attorney, so I'm licensed to talk to you about your disclosures because you'll see on the seller, like if you're using the California Association of Realtor forms, they make the seller property questionnaire mandatory for all sellers. Even if you're selling to investors, says you don't have to fill them out. You want to avail yourselves of the protections so you can sleep at night and feel strongly protected from lawsuits. I never say 100%, I'm an attorney, but I don't see a lot of lawsuits based on sales when the people have done the material disclosures and they've done the paperwork. So you're going to do it. Also, by doing it and giving it to any type of buyer, you're going to make the buyer, you're going to overcome some of those buyer objections. So you do it ahead of time before the offers come in. It's going to let the buyers feel stronger about making strong offers and competing for your property. Otherwise, they get to say to themselves, oh, it might be a mess. Oh, whatever. But if they evaluate you as credible, and since you followed the process and you've actually talked about the issues with your home, you're going to get stronger offers. So you do this for multiple reasons. It helps you with pricing. It helps you compare and contrast. If you fix up your property in it's better shape than your neighbors, well, then it's easy to justify selling it for more to the appraiser, to the banks, to the buyers, even to your own agent. So let's do the disclosures next. So there are two, well, let me just break this down. There are two disclosures I would do beforehand. I would use the California Transfer Disclosure Statement, and I would use the seller property questionnaire, particularly if I'm using the California Association of Realtor forms. But even if I'm not, because that form's designed to it's designed to extract the information from you about a material fact. And believe me, when I go through it, I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that about my home. There's very little chance you're going to be able to say, oh, I remembered everything if you don't fill out that form. If you fill out the form, you're going to feel great because it probably gets to just about everybody's material facts most of the time, if not all the time. So the SPQ and the TDS, the rest of the disclosures, if you're using the California Association of Realtor forms and you're using escrow, they're probably going to get pulled out of you over time. Now, I send them to my clients in the beginning of their transaction, and they frequently don't get to them until 5-10 days in, and that's okay. We talk about that at other times. I mean, when the buyers are motivated by their property, they're not going to mind getting their disclosures 3 days late. Their lenders might, but they can understand. But I say let's do them ahead of time, but particularly the SPQ and the TDS. Now, I'm going to talk about where you can get the forms next for free from my website. But right now, let me just go over the most common question I get, because I used to do great on Google as a real estate attorney when my office was in Del Mar. Unfortunately, I moved it to be closer to my home, and I fell in the rankings. But I got this question all the time from people working with realtors and people who are about to work with realtors. And they're like, how do I answer this question? My property's over the line. How do I answer the question? I didn't permit this garage. How do I answer this question? I had a leak in my roof. Let's go back at it from leak in the roof. Okay, the proper way to answer this question is saying, we had a leak in the roof. I hired so-and-so company, or I hired a roof repair person, or I had my father-in-law, like in my case, because it was the middle of rainy season and we couldn't get a company out here for months. So my father-in-law and my wife, she gets along with them better than I do. I tried to help, but I stayed away. But we fixed the roof. I mean, we did a great job. We took out a wide area, much wider than where we suspected the leak was. We put down the paper. We did like black coating over all the stuff. We went around the chimney. It was a much wider area than where we saw that the leak was, and the roof stopped leaking. So I would say we repaired the home. These are materials we bought at Home Depot. Here's the before and after picture. We haven't had a leak since. I would not say the roof's fixed. I wouldn't say that even if I had a professional company come in and do it. I'd say this company came and did it. Here's the warranty if you have one. It transfers if it does, or they told us it transfers. And that's how I would deal with repairs. If I didn't have repairs, I'd say we're making these disclosures, and I'd probably leave it at that. Because when you're doing disclosures, it's like a deposition. You answer the call, the question, but you really don't go much further than that. Now, I'm sure you have, I can't cover them all. That's why I have a course. I'm sure you have other questions. But the main one I'm going to answer right now is, I'm not so sure I'm allowed to have the California Seller Property Questionnaire in my course right now. I would expect CAR is going to call me up once this gets big and say, I can't do it. And in which case, I'm going to charge a nominal amount for you to go over that form with me. But right now, it's free. Well, I might change it. I might charge a nominal amount if I feel it's proper. But right now, it's free. But I also have the transfer disclosure statement not in the CAR form in there, because that's really part of you can get the TDS from the California DRE, the Department of Real Estate. They have a form for it. I have that in the course too. So the TDS, if you sell your, let me just say this. Let's say you're not using a realtor. You're not using the California Association of Realtor form. You're using one of the alternative forms I linked to in the course. You probably don't have to use the SPQ, the Seller Property Questionnaire. You can just do the TDS, the Transfer Disclosure Statement. That's in the course. I strongly suggest you do the SPQ and the TDS. Right now, they're both in the course. I hope they stay there. I may have to charge for the SPQ. That's where we are. But where do you find this course? Well, there's 2 spots because I'm going to be transferring things over time. But so the spot it's always going to be is winnerscheck.com/disclosures. That's an S. winnerscheck.com/disclosures. It's also, should I even bother with this? Yes, I'm going to for now. It's also winnerscheck.org, where I have a bunch of courses, and you can just jump right in right now. But over time, I'm moving the courses over to winnerscheck.com. So it's winnerscheck.org/disclosures. That's always going to work. That's what's going to be in the link if you're seeing this on YouTube. So now, what's the next video in the series? It's going to be, well, at some point I have to talk about pricing. I know, at some point I have to talk about staging, decluttering, and repairs. So that's going to be the next video. And then right after that, we're going to talk about pricing your home for top dollar, pricing your home to sell fast, the different ways to get your pricing. And that's going to segue into whether you need a buyer's agent, whether you need to pay a listing agent, which companies do you want to work with, a discount broker, a full service agent, Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com. I've got videos on that. We're also putting those in the course. We're going to break down the selling models one by one as part of this course. And then finally, of course, we're going to talk about accepting multiple offers, negotiating multiple offers, how you get top dollar, with or without real estate agents. And then we're going to talk about how you can save the most money and work with the best representative. I'm going to hammer in this course why it's important to have the person, if you're going for multiple offers, the person representing you or yourself needs to be really good at this. You need to be transparent. You need to be sure about the process. You need to do it so that buyers want to pay more. We're going to talk about that in the course too. winnerscheck.com videos if you want the whole course. winnerscheck.com/videos for the whole course. Just for disclosures in the free workshop, winnerscheck.com/disclosures. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye. My name is John McConnin. I'm a real estate broker and an attorney in California. And I've been in other states. In the other states I've been in, they have disclosures too. And what I'm saying still applies. So you may want to go to the course, but just know I'm not licensed there right now. All right. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.